how to draw hands from this to this. And the first thing that I need to teach you guys is anatomy. I know a lot of you guys probably will not like this at all, but it's pretty important. Of course, you do not have to know all these words like hell. I would not know all these, and I'm not a medical expert, okay? But that's besides the point. What you need to know is like what these things do as in like function, okay? So let's dive right in. So this part right here, I'm trying to use Miffy for that. Anyways, this part right here, you see that? That part. This is like the triangle part that a lot of people have like the easiest time to draw, since it's a little bit like a triangle, it's a little bit like a plane. It's flat and it doesn't rotate as much because the joint is here. So if I show you that with my hand, the most you can do with your hand is like do this and do this, right? It doesn't move besides that, but the shape of it always stays the same. You can use your fingers a bit and maybe push your thumbs a little bit, but in the end, even if you close your fist, it becomes a little bit of a triangle. So that is always your starting point when drawing fingers and hands, okay? So next up, we've got the problem for most people. So you've got 4 of these fingers, which have like 3 separate parts, all of them, even the thumb. But because the thumb is a little bit special, since our hand is made for grabbing, drawing it anatomically correctly is sometimes a little bit hard, since things get shortened or elongated when you draw them in different perspectives. So what that means is the fingers are what always is the problem when drawing as an artist, because they can move in a lot of different ways, and you can move them individually normally, unless you've got, I think, medical conditions. But because the thumb is a little bit different, it's a bit more connected, as you can see, with the muscle tissue, like so, like here and there as well. So it's not as flexible as the rest of the fingers, which you can also see the 2 visual parts of your finger. But if you look at your other fingers here on that side, they have 3 parts, so they are a little bit more flexible. And this is because you need to grab stuff. So I went ahead and took photos for you guys so we can use them as references, okay? So we've got beginner, intermediate, and expert. Okay, like this should work. So you've got the plane here, right? The triangle I was telling you guys about. It's a little bit folded since the thumb is going this way and these one are also pressing in. So it is a little bit tilted on that side and high on that side. Then you've got the 2 fingers, which are straight, so they don't really have any kind of folds. Where you've got folds though is specifically here and here, since there's always a little bit more muscle right here around the thumb. So the thumb goes this way with the fold on that side, and then behind the thumb you got the 2 other fingers. So if you structured it, it will look kind of like this, and then it is connected to the arm. So how would that translate into an actual sketch? Let me show you that on the other side. You've got the triangle, which is a little bit tilted on the side, so I would start like that. This is the part, and then here you've got the muscly part of the thumb, right? And the thumb goes on right there. And because the thumb normally is thicker than the rest of the fingers that you have, it will go like this. It's a bit shorter than the rest, but a bit thicker. And then on that side, you also got a little bit of the folds. Remember, wherever your joints can move, normally, or like when you can press your skin together, there will be folds. Whether you're sitting or gripping something, there's texture to the skin. Because if not, it would look like these 2 straight fingers. But we don't always have a straight hand like that. So you will add the fingers right here. 1, 2. And then the ones which go behind the thumb, like so. And then you can connect this to the arm. And then you're done with this one. So intermediate. Let me just copy this color real quick. So you've got the plane here, and here's something interesting because of the things that you can't see. But what you can see is, let me show you like that. You've got the plane right here. And it's a little bit 3-dimensional because we're folding it and you cannot see everything. So here is a very distinctive line of the very muscly part of our hand. And then you've got, if you were to actually extend this, this is where your thumb would be. But because something is in the front, you cannot see the whole thumb. So here, where something is bent again, there is a fold. You've got the small finger, got another finger right here, which is longer, got this finger right here, which is in front of your thumb, and then you got this one, which I made like that just to make it look fancy. And then this is connected to the arm. Okay, so you draw the plane first. Okay. Making sure that you guys can see this, just because I can't see anything. Holy crap. The plane looks like this, basically. It's a little bit less of a triangle because, as you can see, it's twisted and there are parts we can't see. But what we do know, here you got the muscly part, which is also folded, so there is a little bit of an indent. And if we were to actually extend this, this is where the thumb would be. And now comes the tricky part. You need to extend this because there's a fold, and give it a little finger, then another finger which is longer than the rest, another finger that goes up, don't forget the knuckles, another finger that goes up like that, and then you've got the last finger which looks a little bit like it's doing its own thing on that side. Just erasing this to show you guys that this is also gone, and this finger goes right there. Looks a little bit like that. I think I made my thumb a bit too long because my thumb is not that long, so let's change that. It looks a little bit like that. And then this one can be put to the arm. Now we got expert. How do I explain this to you guys? Let me copy this. Okay, so first of all, we got two hands, right? And we're making a pose, so this one is quite interesting. First of all, we're taking this plane right here. Oh, this is the wrong color. Again, taking this color here. This plane, so it's foreshortened. Oops, you can see, sorry. It's foreshortened because we're holding it into the camera, but at the same time, we're also hiding it because of the fingers. So here's a finger, another one, which is a little bit bent, one that is straight, and then this finger which forms the heart. And then in the back, you've got the thumb again, because as you can see, opposing position of your other fingers. And then this is connected to the arm. And then here, the same as well, but from the perspective looks a bit different. So you've got this plane again, which would look like that if you were to draw the plane. And then that, oops, that, and just a tiny bit right here in the back. And you can also see how this finger is bent. So I'm honest with you guys, even I struggle with these types of hands, so it takes me a little bit. So I hope I can do this on the first try for you guys. Plane right here, which looks a little bit like this, and then the finger which goes like this, another finger which bends its way, and then you've got a straight finger, because it's easier to hold your hands like this when you make a heart that is shaped like that. But if you hold up that finger, there are, as you can see, as I told you guys, the three visual parts of the finger, at least the ones of the four ones, and then very slightly just here is the thumb. So if I were to extend that, that would look like this, right? Okay, next one, if we got here. So I'm not that good at judging distance sometimes, so bear with me. So we've got this plane right here again, which is also connected to the arm. And then you extend this one to make a heart, right? Another finger that goes like that. And then like this, because one finger you can't really see. This one goes like this. And that, and here you've got the thumb. Though I'm a little bit handicapped since I'm holding with my other hand and I can't really see the canvas too much, but this is essentially how you pretty much structure something that's complicated. Okay, so you guys' homework, you know what, draw some hands. This concludes our class, and I hope it helped you guys. Okay, bye bye.